Hey friends, welcome back. And for those that are new, thanks for joining in. So as Christians, we all know that we're called to share the gospel. We all deep down really want to share the gospel and know that it's really important and it's something that Jesus has called us to do. But oftentimes we don't share the gospel, at least not on a consistent basis. But to be fair, a lot of us don't really know how to do that. That's what I'm going to be talking about in this video today. One very easy way that you can get started sharing the gospel with others, and all you need is what you have right now, your phone or your laptop, in 5 minutes. And you can partner with God to start changing people's lives and their eternal destinies. Let's talk about how. So the very quick and easy method I'm going to be sharing with you today doesn't take more than 5 minutes, and it's sharing the gospel and your story of grace through the comment section of people's posts, whether that be on Instagram or TikTok. And all you need to do in this video is follow along this live demonstration, and I will take you step by step and show you how you can start implementing this so you can actually do it directly after this video. It's going to be 6 easy steps to follow. Here we go. All right, friends. So step number 1 of this method is going to be making your template. This template is going to be the template that you used to comment in the people's posts to share your story of grace and how Jesus changed your life. One of the things that you should note is that you want to be trying to reference elements of the gospel throughout your story. Some of the key things to highlight are found here in the Romans Road. This is not everything having to do with the gospel. Sure, there's more in-depth things you could add, but I think that this is a really good outline for just how you could frame your story. You know, who you were before, your journey to Jesus, and how Jesus has changed you since, and who Jesus is and what he came here to do. You don't want to try to make it too long. I'm not the best example of keeping things short, but in my example here, I have 2 different sections. Obviously, because of character limitations, I can't paste this whole thing in there. But I split it into 2 parts, and in this I tried to cover my story and parts of the gospel that I want to highlight. Another thing to note is to put an invitation at the end, kind of like I do here when I quote from Matthew about how Jesus invited people to come and take on his easy yoke if they're weary and burdened. Last thing to note is just be genuine. Don't make it like it's a spam comment. Just one person to another, hey, I know this is really random, but I just wanted to share this story, and just tell them why. All right, step number 2, you're gonna find an account to share your story with. In order to do this, what I usually do is look up a celebrity or maybe my favorite band. In this example, we'll use The Rock. So you go on this Instagram account and then go to one of their most recent posts. And in their post, you're gonna wanna go to the comment section. Once you're in the comment section, you're gonna wanna find an account. Now, we want to make sure this isn't spam accounts, because oftentimes on celebrity accounts, there are a lot of spam accounts. So once you find an account that looks real, sometimes also you'll encounter, like this here, a person is a private account. So you won't be able to comment on their section. So that's okay though, you can go find another account. So we got this account here. It looks like a real account. And so I'm going to pick a post and comment my story underneath it. Step number 3, I'm gonna share the template that I just made of my story on their post. So what you're going to wanna do is go back to your notes section, copy your template, and go back to the post, and then go ahead and post your template in there. If it's 2 parts like mine, you're gonna have to do that twice, and make sure that you hit reply to your first comment. That way they can see the order in which it was commented in. All right, great. You've shared your story of grace and the gospel with this person. Step 4 is like a few of their photos and maybe comment something genuine on one of their posts. Okay, now we're on to the last 2 steps, steps 5 and 6. Step number 5 is going to be to go ahead and pray for this person, to pray that they can come to know and love Jesus. You know, this person was created to be in relationship with God. Hey, and they might even already be a Christian. We don't know that. So I always pray, hey, I hope that this person can come to know and love you if they don't know you. And if they do know you or have some faint knowledge of you, that you can reinvigorate their heart to show more of who you really are to them, so that they can follow you more, follow you deeper. I pray that you, Lord, capture this person's heart and make them a devoted follower of you, and show them the way to truly live this life. Because we don't know if they're a believer or not. They probably have some kind of belief. If not, I just pray that they can come to know and love Jesus. All right, finally, step number 6 is to trust the Lord in this process. You and me, we're not responsible for the results. We're not responsible for if this person gives their life even deeper to Christ, or for the first time to Christ, or if they reject it. We are solely responsible for the action of faithfulness in the doing and the saying and sharing our stories. And then it is God, like 1 Corinthians 3 says, that brings the growth. So yes, we're called to be faithful tellers and messengers and planters of seeds and waterers, and that's what we did here today. We planted a seed, but it is God that's going to bring that growth. God knows this person intimately. God formed them and created them and knows the hairs on their head. We can trust him with the results. We can't influence that so much. We're just called to be tellers. Same thing here. I've personally been doing this method for the past year or so, and I kind of just came up with it because I was in a similar place probably to you. I love Jesus. I know Jesus. I know the gospel is important to share, but I wasn't really doing it that much. And I was like, all right, well, how do I get started doing this today? I'm passionate about this. Well, I think I can just share it on social media, and I have other posts on my account talking about the gospel more, so maybe they'll be curious and get to watch some of the stuff there. So yes, I've been sharing this for the past year, and I have had people comment good things and negative things and start debates, and at least we're talking about it. I've had people say thank you so much for sharing. I've had other believers comment and say, oh my gosh, this is such a good method. I'm a believer too. I'm gonna start doing this myself. So just know that fruit will come of your action. And that's exactly what this channel is all about. Sharing with other believers this journey of becoming more like Jesus, and also giving a defense to those who are not yet believers for the hope and the faith that is within me. And I do this with gentleness and respect, just like 1 Peter 3:15 calls us to do. So this channel is all about equipping believers to go out and also give a defense for the hope of the gospel that's within them, but also, even more importantly, becoming the kind of people that look like Jesus, so that even in our conduct, we're calling people to Christ and making Christ look beautiful, not being hypocrites, but being lights in a world of darkness, so that people can see our good works and glorify our Father in heaven. So if this is a community that you want to be a part of, consider subscribing and checking out more of the content on this channel. Okay, I just want to share with you one more secret tip that I think will be helpful for you. You're probably really excited right now to get started putting this method into practice. You see how easy and simple it is. You know you can do it. But when you get to that moment and you're gonna do it, I'm sure there's gonna be some nervousness that first time, that first few times. So when you're nervous, here's what you have to do, okay? Here's what I do when I get nervous to share the gospel. I remember Romans 1:16 that states that I am not ashamed of the gospel, because it is the power of God to bring salvation to all those that believe. You and me can stand firm under the authority of Jesus. He has changed our lives, and you and me, we're not responsible for the outcome. We can just go and not be ashamed of the gospel, because people are thirsty for the living water that is Jesus Christ. People desire this, and they're looking for this in all the wrong places. So in sharing the gospel and sharing Jesus with them, you are offering them this deep desire and need that people are looking for in the wrong things that's bringing harm to them. So just know that you're coming to bring good medicine. You're not like some weird salesperson that's trying to rip people off. You're not trying to rip people off, and neither is God. He's trying to set them free. All right, friends, I want to leave you with this. Obviously, we know this isn't the only way to share the gospel, but it is one way you can get started sharing the gospel, and God can definitely use it. God looks eagerly to and fro for people just to partner with him to share this good news and bring salvation to the world. So a really encouraging fact is that if you share this method with 2 people each day for the year, you're gonna have shared the gospel and your story of grace and what Jesus has done in your life with 730 people this year. That's amazing. And if even one of those people comes to know and love Jesus, it's so worth it. Like James 5:20 says, whoever turns a sinner from the error of their ways saves their life and covers a multitude of sins. So who's gonna take the challenge and start doing this today? Once you do this, go ahead and comment down below saying I shared. That way people can get encouraged and know that they're not the only ones doing it. All right, friends, you got this. I believe in you. Go partner with God and change people's lives.